workout.
That is a lot of joy.
Good morning, everyone.
A lot of joy last night.
It is Friday, October 10th, and I'm so happy to be here with all of you.
Thanks for being here.
Yes,
It is an honor to have you come in with us.
this is our first time working together.
No way.
No, it's not.
It's not?
We did the 10 o'clock.
Oh my gosh,
when
we
your
did.
husband was out in the field.
Can I blame child
and
brain?
he said to you, hello, dear.
Oh, he did.
Like Marza.
In your defense, that was
sweet.
like 2-3 years ago. That's
Yeah.
forever ago.
Yeah, it was a
You
very
have
long
a
time.
much better memory than I do.
And no.
No.
Not quite.
Actually, no.
And another mom who can attest to that.
Yeah, the memory thing is huge.
Yeah.
That
Never gets
just
better,
the
does it?
loss. So
Yeah.
enjoy it
Well,
now,
I
Danny.
have no kids.
Enjoy, Danny.
I am barren
What's
and
your
forgetful.
excuse?
Morning hours.
Can I say that? It's 5 o'clock in the morning. Whatever. Let's go
all
outside
good.
on this cold Friday morning. It's cold. That's my excuse. Temperatures are about as cold as we've seen since April or May. 47 degrees right now under a clear sky. But our good news is 35. It's still quite cold below the freezing mark in Fairview. So bottom line is you got to grab the heavier jackets, coats as you head out north of New York City. A little bit better in the park, 47, but still quite cool. 44 in Newark, 41 for Belmar. Freeze warnings, frost advisories in effect for so many counties outside of the metro area, that until 9 o'clock this morning. And then our attention turns to that developing coastal low that brings us rain for the second rate and wind, and that might be underselling it for the second half of the weekend. But today, high pressure in control, and that means sunny skies for your Friday. 10 right now on our Friday morning. The weather headline as you start your Friday are the really cold conditions. In fact, you have to go back to April or May to find temperatures like this. You need a layer up as you head out the door. And we're talking coats for our northern neighborhoods. Check out Poughkeepsie at just 29 degrees right now, 38 for Brookhaven, so Long Island feeling cool. White Plains at 43, same for Bridgeport. We're at 47 in Central Park. These temperatures are especially chilly considering just a few days ago our highs hit 80. Yesterday we were capped in the upper 50s, well below the seasonal average by about 8 degrees. Today we start to moderate as our highs make their way back to the low 60s. That's technically below the seasonal average, but with sunny skies and a lighter breeze than yesterday, I actually think this afternoon ends up feeling really nice, especially compared to the cold morning. The sun rises at 7:02. Once we see the sunrise, temperatures will start to respond, and it will be a little more comfortable heading into this afternoon. Nice to see that the sky stays mostly sunny. The frost alerts, the freeze warnings, those expire at 9 a.m. So from there, it's just the highs in the low 60s and the sunny skies. But we have another big weather headline coming this weekend. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy skies and drizzly conditions, but a nor'easter moving through as we head towards Sunday. The day kind of deteriorates over the course of Sunday with the worst wind and rain expected Sunday night into Monday, but we keep the wet conditions and breezy wind into Tuesday. We'll talk more about this storm system coming up. Heather?
All right. So jealous, too, because Charlene has been to a show at the Sphere.
Oh.
Have you been?
I haven't.
I haven't either.
You too.
You saw you too.
And she saw you, too, there.
Right, that's
which is,
that was the
but
first one, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the
So
first
was
one.
it
was
opened?
epic. And no doubt, at the Sphere,
So
we
good.
have to go, ladies.
The
Girls
first
trip. Yeah.
CD that I bought, the
I'm not
first
kidding.
CD I spent my own money on was No Doubt. I think I was 13 or
Wow.
something. And I saved and I went to the CD store.
What?
And I was like, I want Hella Good by No Doubt. And my mom was like, you want what by who? But I love that.
I know, and you
love
know, Vegas, so take us.
Yeah.
So
Heather's coming too.
Vegas,
we're not counting you out, Heather.
Thank you.
Okay, we're coming
Vegas
too.
last. But I left before the Sphere actually opened, and so I'm so jealous.
yeah.
Anyway,
We gotta go.
So good. No doubt. Let's get you outside on this Friday morning. Happy Friday. We made it through another week, and the payoff is a nice temperature on Long Island. West Hampton is at 33. We're at 53 in Montauk, so definitely a pocket of cold air over the Hamptons. 40 degrees for Comac, 50 for Roslyn. Up in Fairfield County, 30s. We're close to the freezing mark in Danbury, 38 for Greenwich. Our northern neighborhoods in general are quite cold this morning. Just 28 degrees in Monticello, 29 in Poughkeepsie, freezing for Andover, where Newark's at 44, 47 in the park, 41 for Belmar. Our highs today are moderating as compared to yesterday. Yesterday, the city stayed in the upper 50s. Many of our northern neighborhoods did as well. But today, we should make it back to the low 60s under a mostly sunny sky. A little more comfortable for Suffolk County. 63 today for Smithtown and Quorum. Looks like 62 for Brookhaven. Southoltz and the North Fork at about 61 degrees. Montauk at 62, but West Babylon today at 63. It will end up being a nice afternoon, at least for fall. Once we get past this morning, the freeze warnings and frost advisories are allowed to expire at 9 a.m. And from there, the high pressure and control of the forecast today means sunshine and temperatures that are more comfortable with calmer wind as compared to yesterday. But see those showers off the east coast of Florida? That's the organizing low that will bring us that nor'easter this weekend. There are coastal flood watches already in effect for our coastal communities in preparation for that. Well, Sunday and Monday, that watch, and we do expect coastal erosion, coastal flooding to be issues, as well as heavy rain and gusty winds. So let's time it out. Today, it's a mostly sunny sky with highs landing in the low 60s, calmer wind than yesterday, but although it will stay a cool afternoon, slightly below the seasonal average, it's going to end up feeling perfectly pleasant as long as you have that jacket. And definitely jackets on for Friday night plans. Once the sun sets, we'll drop it back into the 50s. Tomorrow is the better half of the weekend, but it's not perfect. We will get a mostly cloudy sky for your Saturday with seasonable highs and a little bit of damp drizzle. We've got enough moisture streaming in that some of those raindrops are going to be possible. Not a washout by any means, but I do think enough drizzle that we kind of read Saturday is damp. And then Sunday gets here and things deteriorate. That's when this coastal low is expected to impact the area. The worst half of the day is definitely Sunday night. So the morning it's kind of deteriorating throughout the day. The wind will steadily increase and the rain intensity will as well. By Sunday night, the heavy rain and the gusty wind. This sticks around on Monday, even Tuesday, a few showers and a bit of a breeze. So we can't clear this thing out of here until Wednesday. So we are looking at conditions deteriorating Sunday with impact Sunday and Monday. About an inch or two of rain expected. That's the general range. But winds, especially close to the coast, up to about 60 miles per hour, capable of producing damage. And of course, that can lead to some coastal erosion and coastal flooding issues as well. So that's what we're looking ahead to Sunday and Monday. Today is the sunny skies. It's the highs in the low 60s. It ends up being a fantastic fall afternoon as long as you have the appropriate numbers of layers on, especially this morning with the cold conditions. And then tomorrow, Heather, we're back to seasonal averages, but it does look pretty gray with a little bit of drizzle. But of course, the real headline of this 7 days is the nor'easter we expect on Sunday and Monday.
I kind of don't want to look at that.
I know.
So if you could just scooch right there. Yeah, perfect. I can't see. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Perfect.
All right, Dani, thank you. We're not doing too badly as far as the commute is concerned. It's pretty cool.
Mourning her. She was so very beloved.
So beloved. That iconic run, Cinderella run they made back in 2018. Yes, we all fell in love with her.
Yeah, really.
106. What a life. Hi, everyone. I'm Rhiannon Alley, by the way.
Rhiannon's here. Hi, guys. Good morning.
You hear the cheers?
Yes. Pedro was probably mourning the loss of the Eagles last night.
Yeah, probably.
Not
another thing I'm cheering about.
Definitely. Send it to you, Dani.
I'm such a bully. I'm so excited the Eagles lost. And I think I'm more excited the Eagles lost than the Giants won. I'm excited the Giants won. And I'm so excited Rhiannon's here this morning. Yay. Lucky us, right? Thanks for being here. 47 degrees on this cold Friday morning. Happy Friday. We made it through another week. 47 in the park. But check out our northern neighborhoods. The lower Hudson Valley is freezing this morning. And I'm not even being dramatic. I'm being literal. Look at Sussex at 29 degrees. Cold Spring at the freezing mark. Fairview at 31. Forestburg just at 27, 28 degrees in Montgomery. So it makes sense that we still see those frost advisories and freeze warnings for many of our interior suburbs this morning. Morristown at the freezing mark, 44 for Newark, 43 for White Plains, the Park at 47. This is some of the coldest air that we've seen since April or May. The freeze warnings and frost advisories are allowed to expire at 9 a.m. And from there, the high pressure and control of the forecast today helps to moderate the temperature. We'll see sunny skies, calmer wind than yesterday, and highs that eventually make their way to the low 60s. So we do recover from yesterday's highs in the upper 50s by a few degrees. This is still technically a touch below the seasonal average, but overall, as long as you have the jacket or sweater, it is going to be a perfectly pleasant fall Friday. Take advantage. Even after the frosty start, it ends up nice this afternoon. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, seasonable highs in the upper 60s with a little bit of drizzle, but Saturday's the better half of the weekend as an AccuWeather alert goes into effect Sunday and Monday with heavy rain and potentially damaging wind gusts, that associated with a coastal low that does bring quite a mess for the second half of the weekend. I'll have more on that coming up. But Heather, are things messy out there?
No, as a matter of fact, the roads are pretty quiet, and I usually don't.
Freezing mark for most of the lower Hudson Valley. Poughkeepsie at just 29 degrees right now. We're in the 30s in Brookhaven, so Long Island, few spots of quite cold air as well. White Plains at 43, and same for Bridgeport, 47 in the Park. You have to go back to May to find temperatures colder than this. Our highs today, though, are beginning to moderate. Not that we'll quite make it back to the seasonal average, which is 67. Yesterday's high 59. Today we're back to near 63. So move in the right direction, and by tomorrow we will be back to seasonal averages before that storm system brings us cooler conditions, rain and wind Sunday into Monday. Sunrise this morning at 7:02. So looking at the day planner, we'll wake up to the sunny skies. Temperatures will feel better by about midday. It's not quite as breezy today as it was yesterday either. So with the sunny skies and highs in the low 60s, as long as you have your jacket, a really nice Friday afternoon, at least for this time of year. By Sunday, increasing clouds and a little bit of drizzle. Excuse me, by Saturday, increasing clouds and drizzle. By Sunday is when we expect the rain and wind with that coastal storm. We're looking at beach erosion, coastal flooding possible, heavy rain at times, and potentially damaging wind gusts. Plenty to talk about in the full AccuWeather forecast. I'll have the details for you coming up. Heather?
All right, let's talk about our subway.
Broke record most streets in a single day. I think Dani contributed to that.
Is that your favorite song on the album,
I think Father Figure is currently my favorite
Father
song.
Figure.
And,
But you love
Opalite,
Wishful.
but I love Wish List.
I love
Wish List, sorry.
That's a great one.
And the Life of a Showgirl
Life of a
with
Showgirl.
Sabrina Carpenter.
Basically, I have it's a no-skip album for me. I've exclusively
Are
listened
any
to
of
that.
her albums skip albums
No.
for you?
Like, I listen to every song. I think I've streamed it 700 billion times. And that's a
So
that's
you
a contributed
to
Taylor
her
Swift.
streaming
I'm asking
numbers.
one more time. Please hang out with me. So good.
I know. We want this friend in your head to become your real life.
Yeah, I'm definitely on her securities watch list, for sure. But you know what?
Not ready for that.
You know what I mean? I love her so much. But, it's been nice. It's been sunny. It's a perfect album to just, like, bop around the city in. And that's what I've been
I
doing.
love
I've just been bopping around the city. Today.
Just a little more layers when you bop.
Today we're having to bebop just to stay warm. It's cold out there, 47 degrees, clear sky. So we're starting our Friday morning. Might I be the first to wish you a happy Friday? Good morning. We're waking up to cold conditions, yes, but we have some sunshine ahead heading into this Friday afternoon and temperatures that are moderating. We make it back to the low 60s today, so it'll end up feeling a little more comfortable for your Friday afternoon. Right now, 47 in the Village, 50 for Gravesend, 40 on Staten Island for New Dorp. But you don't have to move far. You don't have to go far to find 30s. West Orange sitting at 37 right now. And check out Poughkeepsie at 29. So the big weather headline this morning, the fact that north of the city, many spots are at or below the freezing mark. We're at 32 for Andover. Maybe a little better in White Plains and Bridgeport at 43, but I still think that's heavier jacket weather as you head out the door. 41 right now in Belmar. Our highs are going to end up 3 or 4 degrees warmer than yesterday, so although we still technically stay below the seasonal average, with a sunny sky and a bit less wind today, our temperatures will end up feeling pretty pleasant, at least for a fall Friday. 63 the forecast high in the park today. In Brooklyn, 64 for Bay Ridge and Bushwick, and Queens, Bayside landing near 62 today, and in parts of Jersey, 64 the forecast high for Newark. We still have this freeze warning and frost advisory for counties shaded in blue and purple until 9 a.m. From there, the sunny skies help to warm those temperatures, and our highs will be a little more comfortable. So high pressure and control today. Overall, great Friday afternoon as long as you have your jacket. Now all eyes are on that developing area of low pressure off the east coast of Florida. That slides up the southeast coast as we head into the next couple of days, and it brings us the wet and windy weather Sunday into Monday. Coastal flood watch is already in effect for Sunday and Monday for our coastal communities. I think beach erosion and coastal flooding going to be a significant part of this storm system. We do expect moderate to major coastal flooding for some of these areas moving Sunday night into Monday, something that we're watching as well as the wind and rain. So let's time it out. Today it's the mostly sunny sky. It's the highs that end up in the low 60s, a light breeze at times, but not as windy as yesterday. Yes, jacket weather even through this afternoon, but as long as you have those jackets, I think it's a really nice Friday afternoon. For Friday night plans, we'll drop it back into the 50s pretty quickly after the sun sets, and then clouds increase into tomorrow morning. For your Saturday, it's the better half of the weekend, but it is looking mostly cloudy with a bit of drizzle at times. So I think we're reading our Saturday as damp, even if the showers aren't organized or steady or heavy. You still want the umbrella close by. And then moving into Sunday, that's when things go downhill. So Saturday, yes, cloudy with areas of drizzle. By Sunday, that's when that coastal low really starts to impact the area. We'll deteriorate throughout the day. So we might start dry on Sunday or just some light, damp, drizzly showers. But by Sunday night, that's the heavier rain and wind, and that will continue on Monday as well. Tuesday, still a bit showery and breezy, and then this exits as we head toward Wednesday. So looking at the headline, conditions will deteriorate on Sunday with the worst of the wind and rain Sunday night into Monday. Generally 1 to 2 inches of rain, but gusts, especially close to the coast, could approach the 60 miles per hour mark. That is capable of producing damage. It will also lead to coastal erosion and coastal flooding, all things that we're watching Sunday and Monday. But for today, it's the mostly sunny sky. It's the highs that make their way to the low 60s. So although we are below the seasonal average, it will be pretty pleasant as long as you have a jacket as you head out the door. Tomorrow, temperatures are near normal in the upper 60s with cloud cover and a little bit of drizzle. The AccuWeather alert for the rain and wind both Sunday and Monday. And then we look better moving into the middle of next week, Heather.
All right. Thank you, Dani.
Yeah, it's going to be busy Sunday and Monday.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's totally, well,
yeah.
Aren't you going to be here Monday?
I will be here Monday.
Okay, so
we're in
sorry.
together.
All right. Thank you, Dani.
We celebrate.
Jackson Dart, the answer. What a guy. What a rookie.
Did you see them?
Honestly, it's so nice that we finally have something that we can all cheer for. The Eagles losing, right? Oh my gosh, it's almost as exciting as the Giants winning. 47 degrees right now. Happy Friday. It is a cold start to our Friday morning. For many of our northern suburbs, a freezing start, literally. In the park, maybe a little more comfortable, but this is about as cold as we've been since late May. Now, our northern neighborhoods, it feels like winter. Check out the 20s in Montgomery and Forestburg, each at 27 degrees. We're at the freezing mark for Cold Spring, sub-freezing in Sussex, 31 degrees right now in Fairview and Liberty. A coat start to the day for our northernmost neighborhoods. And even in White Plains, you want the heavier jacket at 43, 44 for Islip. Down the shore, Belmar, starting the day at 40 degrees. No surprise that we're seeing freeze warnings and frost advisories. These expire at 9 a.m., so layer up before then. But high pressure is in control of the forecast today, which means the wind weakens as compared to yesterday. The sky stays mostly sunny, and eventually our temperatures moderate. Our highs today make their way back to the low 60s, so recovering from yesterday where we were capped in the upper 50s. This is still technically a touch below the seasonal average, but with the weaker wind and the sunny skies, I think it's a fantastic fall Friday as long as you have the sweaters on as you head out the door. So layers are key today. Yes, you want the heavier jackets this morning, but I think jacket weather, sweater weather just fine this afternoon with the sunshine and those temperatures topping out in the low 60s. We're back to seasonable highs tomorrow in the upper 60s, but the trade-off is a mostly cloudy sky and a bit of drizzle. It's not a washout Saturday. It's the better bet of the weekend, but you'll read it as a damp day just given that drizzle. And then the AccuWeather alerts going into effect for the coastal storm Sunday and Monday. We're expecting heavy rain, gusty wind, beach erosion, coastal flooding. That nor'easter going to make a mess of the second half of our weekend. I'll have the details on that coming up. Heather?
I just have to point out store for the weekend. So let's get a check of the forecast, Danny.
And thank goodness there are some changes because it's cold, Rhiannon. It is a cold start to our Friday morning. Happy Friday. The weather headline this morning are these temperatures. It's the coldest air that we've seen since May. We're talking 20s for our northern neighborhoods. Check out Poughkeepsie this morning at 29 degrees. We're at 37 in Brookhaven, so parts of Long Island feeling quite cold this morning as well. Bridgeport at 42, the city right now, Park specifically at 47. But again, you have to go back to the end of May to see temperatures right around this range. Our highs today will begin to moderate. Yesterday, we capped it at 59 in the city. It was cold, especially considering 2 days prior we were in the 80s. It felt like a pretty dramatic drop. Today, 63, still touch below the seasonal average of 67, but move in the right direction. And without as much wind and with the sunny skies, it'll end up feeling like a fairly pleasant fall Friday. You just got to grab the heavier jackets as you head out the door. Sunrise is this morning at 7:02. After that, temperatures will feel better. We will see plenty of sunshine today, mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies as our highs make their way to the low 60s. Overall, great end of the work week. All good out there, just increasing clouds for your Friday night plans. Saturday, that's when we become mostly cloudy and a bit on the drizzly side. It is still the better bet of the weekend and the drier half, but don't be surprised if there's a little bit of damp drizzle over the course of your Saturday. By Sunday, that AccuWeather alert going into effect thanks to this coastal low. Now, the worst weather is going to be the second half of the day on Sunday. That's the heaviest rain, the gustiest wind, as conditions kind of deteriorate over the course of the day on Sunday. Monday, we stick with the wet weather, the windy conditions. We're looking at beach erosion, coastal flooding, all in the realm of possibility. And then finally, this low exits as we head into the middle of next week. So yes, nor'easter impact looks like a high impact storm for the second half of the weekend. We'll talk about threats and timing in the full AccuWeather forecast coming up. Heather?
Of brake lights, alternate side of the street parking rules are in effect. Rhiannon and Shirlene, over to you.
All right. Thanks so much, Heather and Danny. 6:12 right now. Nina Pineda joins us with this story.
And you know what? A lot of us are getting a jump on our holiday shopping. But before you take on new credit or sign up for those buy now, pay later plans, we have a financial expert that will run down the pros and cons. That's coming up.
From being a TV star on Family Ties to
News team in New York, they're right here in L.A. Why are you in L.A.?
We're not. Fell asleep again.
This is a dream. You're dreaming.
Oh, no wonder I'm drooling.
Gross.
Watch weeknights on Channel 7.
Okay, if you want to stay on a budget, and who doesn't, for holiday spending, you should start shopping early. October already has a lot of retailers offering some big discounts.
Okay, I feel like you're talking to me.
I am.
I mean, we got the holidays coming, right? I mean, we got
and straight at all of you.
6 kids between us and for you too. But before you fall into the trap of these exciting offers you might see, 7 on your side, Nina Pineda tips us on how to stay out of debt.
When you're in the store, it's so enticing at checkout to be asked, hey, do you want to save 15% by opening a store card? And if you're shopping online, the option to buy now, pay later is an offer that many shoppers are gladly taking to break up. Now moving on to buy now, pay later. And it's much easier to be approved for this type of financing, even with a low credit score. And with BNPL, you will miss out on those rewards and cash back that shopping with credit cards does offer. Nina Pineda, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
Oh, good advice. As always, Nina, thank you. It is quite a time to be a fan of the New York Giants, at least for today. They hosted the Philadelphia Eagles, and their 2 rookie stars put on quite the show.
Hilarious. Jackson Dart was leading
This is too much. I got to do a mental health check on our boy. Like, I really do, because that right there.
Well, the Yankees lost, then the Eagles lost. This is all-time bad vibes for Pedro.
All too much.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry. I don't care who's upset. We're happy because, I mean, look at the rookies putting the whole team on their backs.
Yeah.
You go, boys.
We never doubted you, Jackson Dart. Not once.
No. Yes, and Scattaboo, look at you. Look at you. I picked out my next dog's name.
What is it?
Scattaboo.
Oh, Scattaboo.
Scattaboo. That's a great name. Scattaboo.
I just love that finally there's something that New Yorkers can unite behind.
I know Rihanna can't revel too much because I know you've interviewed. Haven't you interviewed Saquon?
Listen, don't come at me, please. But I am a big Saquon Barkley fan, only because, and I say this as a Chiefs fan who lost to the Eagles in the Super Bowl.
That's big.
But I interviewed Saquon a few weeks ago for Good Morning America, and he was so lovely, and he was doing all this work for kids in the community in Philly. He's a great guy. So I refuse to say anything negative about him.
We never did. We didn't say that Saquon wasn't a stand-up guy.
No.
The Eagles are, we don't
But
like
she can't revel in our joy too much, is what she's saying. And I respect that because he is a really good guy. So.
Sure. We know he is.
Yeah.
But the Eagles,
being a good guy.
No.
We're talking football.
No, it's not. And you know what?
No.
The underdog wins, baby.
I am thrilled.
I love
We're
it.
no longer. Well, I shouldn't go that far.
Yeah,
John's are the underdog. Yeah, they still are. But you know, they're playing the Broncos next week?
Next.
Okay. All right.
So we'll see.
Okay. Let's get you outside on this Friday morning. Good morning. Happy Friday. It's a cold one, 47 in the park. But we got to talk about some of our northern suburbs because it is freezing this morning in North Jersey. Sussex starting at 30 degrees. Charlotteburg at 31. We're at 31 for Flanders, at the freezing mark for Hanover, and Bridgewater 33 for Franklin. Coats on this morning as you head out the door. It's not just North Jersey. The lower Hudson Valley in general quite cold as well. 29 in Poughkeepsie this morning, 31 in Liberty. White Plains may be a little more tolerable, but 43 is still quite cold and just 40 degrees in Belmar this morning. Our highs, however, are recovering a little bit from yesterday. We capped it in the upper 50s yesterday. Today, making it back to the low 60s for most of the area. This is still technically a touch below the seasonal average, but with less wind and sunshine, should still be a fairly pleasant fall Friday. Looking at highs in North Jersey today, Patterson landing near 64. Same for Hoboken, Elizabeth, and Madison. Will be close to 65 for Bedminster. A little more comfortable in Hillsborough at 66, but Jefferson's cooler 62. Same for Mount Olive. Will land at 62 in West Milford as well. The freeze warnings and frost alerts continue until 9 a.m., so it is still quite cold. And what this should tell you is you got to layer up as you head out the door. But high pressure's in control of the forecast today. It'll help those highs make their way to the low 60s as our sky remains sunny. But then our attention turns to that forming low. You see the rain off the east coast of Florida this morning. That coastal low is our big weather headline heading into the weekend, with coastal flood watches already in effect for Sunday and Monday for coastal communities. Coastal flooding does look to be a significant factor in this storm system moving through this weekend. That coastal low going to bring the beach erosion and moderate to major coastal flooding possible in a lot of our coastal communities. So let's time it out. Today, it's a mostly sunny sky. It's highs in the low 60s. It's a light breeze. Again, jackets on for most of the afternoon, but overall pretty pleasant conditions, especially considering we're warming up 3 or 4 degrees from yesterday. If you have Friday evening plans, you'll want to grab the heavier jackets. We'll drop back into the upper 50s once the sun sets as clouds increase ahead of sunrise Saturday. Tomorrow was mostly cloudy with seasonable highs. We'll land in the mid to upper 60s. And you notice some of that rain. It's not a washout by any means, but a damp, drizzly Saturday is expected. And then we head towards Sunday. So Saturday is still the better half of the weekend, even if it's not totally dry, because by Sunday we're watching that coastal low. Conditions will deteriorate over the course of Sunday. So the morning might not be all that wet or windy, but Sunday night does look both wet and windy, and that's the same story for Monday, especially the closer to the coast you are. That's where the wind is going to be the worst. It's where the rain is going to be the heaviest. Some showers and breezy wind will linger on Tuesday before this exits, and we're back to better weather by Wednesday. So looking at the headlines, conditions will deteriorate Sunday with the worst wind and rain Sunday night into Monday. Generally 1 to 2 inches of rain, but the rainfall totals could be more productive south and east of the city. Gusts to 60 miles per hour close to the coast can lead to power outages and some wind-related damage. Beach erosion and coastal flooding will be issues as well. So quite an active weekend ahead, but today looking good. Our highs make their way to the low 60s under a mostly sunny sky. We'll get those
on tap for the weekend. Danny's here with more. Hey, Danny. Very chilly out there this morning.
Very cold. Rhiannon, you have to go back to April to find temperatures that are colder than where we're sitting in the park this morning. 47 degrees as of 6:30 on your Friday. And if you think that's cold, wait until you see our northern suburbs. So we're seeing 20s on the map in parts of the lower Hudson Valley this morning. 27 in Forestburg, 28 in Montgomery. We're below freezing in Fairview, in Liberty. We're sub-freezing in Sussex, at the freezing mark for Andover and Cold Spring. Just 34 degrees in Katona. So coats on as you head out the door, especially north of New York City, but even parts of central Jersey in the upper 30s this morning. Newark, though, 45. Belmar, 40 degrees. On Long Island, 44 for ice-slip. Freeze warning, frost advisories in effect for many of our suburbs until 9 a.m. From there, high pressure and control of the forecast today. So what does that mean? Sunny skies, calmer wind than yesterday, and moderating highs. We'll stay below the seasonal average by a few degrees today, but temperatures in the low 60s with sunshine. Then all eyes on an area of low pressure that slides up the east coast over the course of the weekend. Tomorrow, it means a mostly cloudy sky and some spotty drizzle. And by Sunday, a nor'easter, heavy rain, gusty wind with beach erosion, coastal flooding expected Sunday and Monday as AccuWeather alerts go into effect. There is a huge weather headline in the second half of this weekend forecast. But for today, the headline, the cold morning. From there, a fantastic Friday afternoon under a mostly sunny sky with highs in the low 60s. We'll talk more about that storm system on the way coming up. Heather?
I never did like Sundays, especially this Sunday. That is the ultimate good luck charm.
Yeah.
If we all could have a Sister Jean, right?
Yes, and 106. What a life.
Wow. Just incredible. Yeah. 6:38. You never weather 7 minutes away from weather and traffic. Yeah. It is a Friday. It is chilly out there.
It is.
And we got some things brewing this weekend.
We've got a lot to talk about. But let's focus on the now. It's freezing this morning, and I mean that literally. If you're in the lower Hudson Valley, it is a cold start to the day. Check out Poughkeepsie at 29 degrees. So many of our northern neighborhoods at or below the freezing mark with freeze warnings and frost advisories for most of our suburbs until 9 a.m. Now, we're not starting quite that cold in the park at 47 degrees, but you do have to go back to April to find a colder low temperature in the city at 37 right now for Brookhaven, 45 for Newark. Forecast high today of 63. Now, technically, that is a touch below the seasonal average, but we're doing better than yesterday, where our highs were capped in the upper 50s in Central Park, which felt especially cool considering 2 days prior we were in the 80s. So it was a cold shot yesterday. Today beginning to moderate. 63 the high, average 67. The sun officially rises at 7:02, so we've got about 23 minutes left to go, but we're starting to see the first hints of daylight now. Sunny skies, temperatures that top out in the low 60s, and a light breeze. That's what we have on tap for your Friday. Overall, fantastic fall afternoon ahead. Enjoy it because we have some big weather to talk about this weekend. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy and drizzly, then a nor'easter Sunday and Monday with an AccuWeather alert. I'll have details on that coming up. Heather?
I don't like her by night. Plus, get ready to meet the Pumpkin Queen of Texas. I'm excited for this Pumpkin Queen. Yeah.
The Pumpkin Queen of Texas?
And it's not you or me, apparently, Dani. Neither one of us can be that lady.
We would have tried harder had we known that was a possibility for us, Rebecca.
It's great to see you. Have a good day, and we'll see you on GMA soon.
We'll see you on GMA in 12 minutes, Rebecca. We'll be watching closely. Want to get you out the door on this very cold Friday morning. But you know what? Not even the cold conditions can wipe the smile off my face after an Eagles loss. So excited. 47 degrees right now. Sun's starting to come up, and we'll see plenty of it today. And eventually, that'll help these temperatures moderate. But this morning, it is quite cold, especially for our northern neighborhoods. We're starting in the 20s and 30s for the lower Hudson Valley. At the freezing mark in Cold Spring, 27 in Montgomery, sub-freezing in Fairview and Liberty. Sussex at 30 degrees. Nyack a little bit better at 42, but you still want the heavier jacket. Tenafly at 34. Stanford and Greenwich at 44. Park at 47, but you do have to go back to May to find a colder start in the park, so it does feel quite cold this morning, but lucky us. So sunny skies and calmer wind, highs in the low 60s should end up pretty pleasant. Even if we do stay below the seasonal average, we recover from yesterday's high temperature by 3 or 4 degrees, so move in the right direction. For the lower Hudson Valley, still upper 50s, low 60s, but again, a little bit more comfortable because we're not also dealing with the wind. The freeze warnings, frost advisories for the majority of our suburbs going to expire at 9 a.m. And from there, it's the sunny skies and the calmer wind as we await our next weather headline, which is that coastal low. You can see the rain off the east coast of Florida. That's the area of low pressure developing, and that's going to bring us rain, wind, beach erosion, and coastal flooding as we head towards Sunday. Coastal flood watches already in effect for our coastal communities. I think that coastal flooding, moderate to major, going to be a huge headline with that potential nor'easter that arrives as we head towards Sunday. Timing this out today, it's a mostly sunny sky. It's the highs in the low 60s. Yeah, this is below the seasonal average, but it does feel a little bit more comfortable than yesterday. That being said, I think it's sweaters on all day long. You need the heavier jackets this morning with the coldest start that we've seen since April or May. This afternoon it's more comfortable, at least for this time of year, but it is going to stay cool. As we head into your Friday night plans, jackets again. Once the sun sets, will drop back into the upper 50s pretty quickly. Then clouds increase overnight into Saturday morning. We're waking up to a mostly cloudy start to Saturday with a little bit of drizzle. I think we'll read the day as a damp one. It's not widespread, consistent, organized showers on Saturday, but it is going to be damp and drizzly just with that moisture moving in ahead of this coastal low. Then Sunday, that's when things really go downhill. It looks like quieter conditions for the first half of Sunday, but by Sunday night, it's the heavy rain, it's the gusty wind, and that sticks with us through Monday. We're looking at beach erosion. We're looking at the coastal flooding. We're looking at a couple inches of rain possible. And then we stay showery and breezy on Tuesday before this area of low pressure exits east on Wednesday, and we're back to beautiful conditions. So looking at the headlines here, we deteriorate Sunday with the worst weather Sunday night into Monday, generally 1 to 2 inches of rain, but south and east of the city, it could be more significant than that. Near the coast especially, gusts close to 60 miles per hour. That's capable of producing damage as well as power outages, and coastal flooding going to be a significant problem, I think, with this storm system. So we're watching it over the course of the weekend. But today, we still got today. Sunny skies, calmer wind, highs make their way to the low 60s. Yes, that's a little below normal. It is going to stay cool, but overall, I think a fantastic fall Friday as long as you have your jacket. Tonight, increasing cloud cover. That leads us into Saturday with a mostly cloudy sky and a bit of damp. Cold is the weather headline this morning. Sub-freezing north and west of the city, and the 46 in the park officially makes it the coldest start that we've seen since April. The sun officially arrives in 3 minutes. Sunrise at 7:02, and from there we'll see a mostly sunny sky today as our temps begin to moderate. We stay below the seasonal average with highs in the low 60s, but more comfortable than yesterday, especially with that breeze weakening. So overall, pretty fantastic fall Friday. Yeah, you want the heavier jackets this morning and probably sweaters on all day long. Tomorrow, normal temperatures with more cloud cover, and then that potential nor'easter Sunday and Monday.
Hey, Heather, thank you both. That's it for us. I'm Shirley Nalica. It was so fun having you.
Thank you for having me, and thank all of you. I'm Rhiannon and Allie. Oh, my goodness.
Whoa.
Look at that Friday sunrise. That is incredible.
Let's enjoy this.
Wow. We'll have a local update for you coming up in 25 minutes. Here's Good Morning America.
Yes.
Okay, ready?
That's what I was applauding for a second.
All morning. Come
If
on.
they win the Super Bowl, shirt comes right off.
So that's not happening, right?
So now you're no longer rooting for the Giants to win the Super Bowl.
Right. Nobody was rooting for them now.
What a game, right? You're a huge Giants fan. I'm a huge Eagles hater. Everyone is happy.
So everybody's happy.
And I love that Jackson Dart was the one to lead the Scatterboo chant.
The kid.
That's leadership.
The kid.
That's a good cue.
Oh, listen to you, Danny.
This is fun.
You're going to lead us into the weather, right? Unfortunately,
hyped, but
that nor'easter.
Are you saying I should do my job now, Sandra?
Kind of, sort of.
Sandra's trying to get me back on the rails. It's a tough job, but someone's got to do it. Sandra's going to do it. Yeah, we got a nor'easter to talk about. Today's weather headline was it's mostly cloudy, but clearly we are still seeing some blue sky peek through the sunshine. I think partly cloudy is probably what I'm a little more comfortable describing this as. We'll still see a little sunshine as our temperatures recover from such a cold start to the morning. We're close to 60 in the city right now. In the village, we're at 60 degrees, just under that for Coney Island at 61 on Staten Island and New Dorp, 60 up near the Whitestone Bridge, West Orange, Kearney, Newark, all at 61. So it is feeling better than it was this morning, but still crisp, still cool, and we're still in the 50s north of New York City. But that is huge improvement from the sub-freezing temperatures that we started with. Our highs today don't climb a whole lot from here. We'll end up in the low 60s. It is going to continue to feel cool. It's still sweater weather all day long, but I think it's noticeably more comfortable than yesterday, not just because we get 3 or 4 more degrees, but because the breezy wind isn't as noticeable. So the wind is backing off. The sky is mostly sunny to partly cloudy. We do have some clouds starting to sweep back in from the Atlantic, just given the direction of the airflow from the high pressure that's still in control of forecasts for today. But this is what we're watching here. This is the direction that area of low pressure is coming from, and that's what brings us the messy weather for the second half of the weekend. Coastal flood watches already in effect for Sunday and Monday. We also have a high wind watch for Sunday for the county shaded in this brown orangey color here. That's all due to that coastal low that we expect to impact the area with the rain, with the wind, with the coastal flooding and beach erosion, mainly Sunday night and Monday. So let's time this out. Today, it's just the partly cloudy skies this afternoon. It's the highs in the low 60s, the light breeze, the cool conditions. So you'll want to keep the jackets close by, especially if you have Friday night plans. We'll drop it back into the 50s shortly after sunset. Clouds will increase overnight into tomorrow morning. And Saturday is still looking like the better half of the weekend, but it's not perfect. Tomorrow will be mostly cloudy right from the get-go with some damp and drizzly conditions. The showers that we expect tomorrow aren't consistent. They're not widespread, but Futurecast models are just picking up on a general damp feel to your Saturday. By Saturday night, some of those showers could start to become steadier as we await for that coastal low to actually show up. Right now, there are still some question marks on the exact track of this area of low pressure, and we're talking 50 miles can make a big difference in the rainfall intensity and the timing. Right now, this particular model shows the rainfall picking up as we head toward the second half of Sunday. So it might start a little quieter, a little calmer Sunday morning and early afternoon, but by Sunday night, it's wet and it's windy. And the gusty wind, the heavy rain, and the coastal flooding continues into Monday morning. So Monday morning's commute right now looking pretty tough. We'll stick with the unsettled, breezy, and showery conditions Tuesday, and then this area of low pressure exits, and we're back to better weather on Wednesday. So looking at the storm impacts, right now it looks like conditions deteriorate late Sunday with the worst of the wind Sunday night into Monday. Right now, a general 1 to 2 inches south and east of the city. We could see a little bit more than that. Gusts to 60 miles per hour, especially at the coast, can lead to wind-related damage and power outages. It also can lead to quite a bit of coastal flooding, something that we're watching to be a major impact as we move into Sunday night and Monday. As for today, though, it's just the mix of sun and clouds. It's the pleasantly cool conditions, highs in the low 60s, not quite as breezy. We get those increasing clouds. Keep you updated as the models come to a better consensus. But right now, rain, wind, coastal flooding, the primary concerns.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Dani.
You're welcome.
You're Debbie Downer.
Sorry, someone's got to do it.
Exactly. Coming up, we are counting down to Columbus Day, as the Italian pride will fill the streets of Maine.
So, broke a record for most streams in a single day.
If you carry the one, do the math. I've listened to it about 70 billion times.
I told you.
On, like, the whole album on repeat. Since
you Swiftie, you.
Listen, putting that story in the show is called Throwing Danny a Bone. It's called Danny's had a rough day.
You deserve it.
She needs a little perk up.
Well, we're hoping that's going to help you perk up this forecast.
I know. And honestly, I would just be happier if we had a solid resolution. I know it's really tough when it's Friday and we're telling you Sunday into Monday we expect a nor'easter, but how much rain and exactly what time? But I think we need another day for models to really start to come to a better consensus and for confidence to grow. What I can tell you is rain, wind, coastal flooding expected second half of the weekend into the start of the work week. And the timing that I feel most confident about right now is Sunday night into Monday morning. We'll talk about that in a second. We'll start with what's happening right now. Happy Friday. 60 degrees right now. We are seeing the cloud cover slide in, but still seeing some blue sky peek through. After we started this morning at 46 degrees in Central Park, making it the coldest morning since April 17th. And it was chilly because that was one of our warmer spots. North and west of the city, our suburbs started at or below the freezing mark. So a frosty start to our Friday morning. But now we're seeing a little bit of sunshine and temperatures that are a little more typical at this time of year. We make it back to average in terms of high tomorrow, mid to upper 60s, but it won't look as nice. We expect a mostly cloudy sky with damp and drizzly conditions. Not a washout for your Saturday. It's still the better half of the weekend, but it is going to be gray and a little drizzly tomorrow. Then we issue those AccuWeather alerts Sunday and Monday due to that nor'easter that we expect moving through the area. Right now, it looks like the worst of the conditions Sunday night and a Monday. In the 50s north and west, and the 60s in the park and Islip 64 for Montauk. It's seasonably cool with a mix of sun and clouds. We see the wind direction start to shift. High pressure still in control of the forecast today, so we'll stay dry as we await that nor'easter. It's coming from this direction here. That area of low pressure trying to form, and it will eventually slide up the east coast over the course of the weekend. Coastal flood watches posted for our coastal communities already Sunday and Monday. High wind watch posted for Long Island and down the Jersey Shore for Sunday. Expectations right now, wind gusts for our coastal communities 50 to 60 miles per hour, sustained wind 25 to 35. So that's something we're watching, as well as some coastal flooding inundation that could be moderate to major moving towards Sunday and Monday. For today, it's a partly cloudy sky through this afternoon with highs in the low 60s. So we're still a touch below the seasonal average, but a few degrees above yesterday, and the breeze isn't as noticeable, so it won't feel quite as cool, but still crisp out there. Still want those jackets for your Friday plans. Friday evening, we'll drop back into the upper 50s shortly after the sun sets. No major weather worries for your evening plans, though. Clouds continue to increase overnight into tomorrow morning. So we wake up to a mostly cloudy start to our Saturday, and it stays mostly cloudy with highs near normal tomorrow in the mid to upper 60s. And it's just kind of damp and drizzly. It's not organized, steady, heavy showers that necessarily ruin plans, but I think we'll read the day as a damp one as areas of drizzle are just possible off and on throughout Saturday. Then we move into Sunday, and this is where the timing gets tough. Right now, models pick up on a round of light showers Sunday morning, but the nor'easter itself seems to show up as we head into the second half of Sunday. But where this track ends up, there are still a couple of question marks, and again, a 50-mile difference in the track east or west can make a huge difference in our impacts. What we expect right now is over the course of the day Sunday, we become wet and windy, and by Sunday night, that's when we're starting to see those significant gusts, the coastal flooding, and the rain. The heavy rain and gusty wind will continue overnight into Monday morning. It looks like, again, impacts look a little bit more significant near the coast, but we can't rule out rain and wind for our interior spots as well. We stay breezy and showery on Tuesday, getting much better by Wednesday. So breaking down the headlines, conditions seem to deteriorate late Sunday with the worst of it Sunday night into Monday. Generally 1 to 2 inches of rain over the course of the storm system with wind gusts near the coast up to 60 miles per hour, which means damage and power outages possible. Coastal flooding, big part of the story as well. For today, it's just a mix of sun and clouds. It's highs in the low 60s. It is cool out there, but seasonably so, and the wind isn't all that gusty. Tomorrow is cloudy and drizzly with highs near normal, and then Sunday is when we issue that AccuWeather alert. Sunday night to Monday is the worst of the weather, it seems like. Again, timing, there's still a couple of question marks. Well, what I want you to plan on right now is messy conditions Sunday night, messy Monday morning commute. I know you're wanting to know about that parade on Monday.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that things start to trend a little bit calmer by Monday afternoon, but you need to give us, I think, another day to really know the details of the day.
Thanks a lot.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you very much, Danny. Light cycles, lasers, and Jared Leto. Oh, my.
Coming up, when I would.
The Turnpike, this happened around 10:15 today near Route 287 in Edison, New Jersey. Newscopter 7 over that scene. The flatbed truck spilled its load of lumber on the highway. Traffic slow in that.
All night tonight. I know he's actually coming in Sunday night and Monday morning, so we'll keep you updated on the timing. There's still a little bit of time for that track to shift, and we'll keep you updated when we know.
All right. Thanks a lot. That's going to do it for Eyewitness News at noon. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great afternoon. See you back first at 4.
It is great to meet you in person.